Hey folks, it's Mike Murphy. Today's quick tip is in Photoshop. Today I'm going to show you how to make this simple little animation for your Instagram stories using a technique in Photoshop called tweening. This is a very easy way to animate something, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did this right now. Okay, I'll recreate this animation from scratch. So the first thing you need to do is create a new document in Photoshop by going to File, New, or Command-N is a keyboard shortcut. The correct dimensions for an Instagram stories is 1080 pixels wide by 1920 pixels high. 72 resolution is fine. And if you want to create a preset for this so you don't have to do it over and over again, just simply click this little button right here, name it whatever you want, call it Insta Stories, and Save Preset. That'll always be under the Save tab here, and you can just simply click on this to bring up the right dimensions, click Create when you're ready. So here we are with a blank document in Photoshop. And what you need to do is bring up the timeline panel, which you see down here on the bottom. To do so, just go to Window, Timeline, and that'll open up this. And this right here is the key to animating or working with video. If I click this little drop down, you see there's two choices. I can create a video timeline or a frame animation. For today's purpose, we're going to create a frame animation. So just click right in the middle to create your first frame. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is add some color to the background. I'm just going to go to here to the adjustment layer, click solid color. This blue will be fine. I'm going to click OK. Now I have some color for my background. Next thing I'll do is add on a graphic from my Creative Cloud library over here. You can put anything on here, doesn't matter. I'm going to hit commit, and now I have myself the ball. Okay, so let's animate this letter M. We're going to start in this upper left corner. We're just going to zigzag down here using something called tweening or in-betweening, okay? Really easy stuff. So with the move tool selected in the layer M over here, we're just going to drag this to the upper left corner, and then we're going to duplicate this frame by clicking on this little icon here to duplicate the frame. So now we have two blank frame layers. With your move tool selected and with the M layer selected, just drag it down. We're just going to go to diagonal. So just pretend that you can see this trajectory from the top left down here, okay? Then next thing we're going to do is select both layers, hold the shift key, and select both 1 and 2. With both frames selected, what you're going to do is click on this little icon right here. If you hover your mouse over, the tooltip will tell you this is Tween's animation frames. You can get that same thing by clicking this drop down menu and choose Tween. This little pop-up will come in. What we're looking for here is the frames to add. Experiment with this, but I'm going to stick with 6. All layers, keep everything the same, click OK. What Photoshop is doing is drawing in from where you started to where you end. It is filling in the gaps in between, or it's tweening this. So wherever you started and wherever you ended, Photoshop is going to fill in those frames. You can see here it automatically created 6 frames because that's what we chose it to do. If I click the preview button right here, you can see it's drawing in from where we started to where we ended. You just created a very easy animation in Photoshop, but we're going to keep going and zigzag this all the way down. So next thing we want to do is select the last frame. We're going to duplicate that by clicking on the duplicate layer. So now we have the last 2. With the move tool selected and with the letter M, we're going to just drag this in a diagonal down here. We're going to select the last 2 layers just like we did before. Select on the tween icon. Keep it at 6. Keep it all the same. Now we just made that in between. It's going to drop from where it was up here to where it was there. We're going to finish this off. We're going to duplicate that last layer by clicking the new duplicate there. We're going to drag this off in the bottom right corner. We're going to select the last 2 layers, hit the tween. We're going to keep it the same. And now we have ourselves an animation that's going to start from the upper left and it's going to zigzag all the way down. Click the play button. Boom. Just like we wanted. If we want to do this over and over again, just change that from once to forever. Click on the play button. Boom. Now you have yourself a full-on animation that you can use for your Instagram stories. If you want to change the speed of your animation, you can see here this 0 seconds. I select the first frame, go all the way to the end, hold the shift key to select them all, and I can now change the frame duration. I can make it really slow, or I can just do something like 0.2 seconds, hit play. Now you can see here it's going to slow it down just a little bit. So while you could make an animated GIF out of this, Instagram Stories does not accept GIFs. So what you want to do is go to File, Export, Render Video. We're just going to export this out as an MP4. Name it what you want. Bouncy logo. We'll keep that as an MP4. Choose your destination. I'm going to save mine to the desktop. Click Choose. Hit Render Video. We'll keep everything else the same. And here I have my video on the desktop. I can preview it in QuickTime. If you want it to loop over and over again, just go to View, Loop, hit play, and that'll play over and over and over again. And when you're ready, just simply airdrop it to yourself so you can upload it to your Instagram stories. That is your quick tip on how to make a bouncy ball logo animation using tweening in Photoshop. My name is Mike Murphy. Cheers.